Hi, girls. As y'all know, my name's Matt Reeves, and I'm going to be working with y'all today. We're going to kind of try a process referred to as narrative therapy. So, what we're going to do to kind of start out is y'all just kind of give me an idea of what we're addressing today, and we will go from there. So, what brings y'all in today?
Well, I just feel like in our relationship, I'm the one that does everything. I have to plan everything. I have to buy everything. I have to do everything. And then she kind of just sits there and lets it happen. And then she's just a participant. She just comes in at the last minute and then just reaps the benefits while I have to do everything. And it's really frustrating. And I just want her to participate a little more, you know?
Okay. So I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, Rachel. And now, Becky, kind of give me your stance on that. Like, how do you feel about what Rachel just mentioned?
Well, I think like you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Like she's just a natural kind of go-getter planner, like, hey, I want this thing to happen. And she contacts everybody and I'm like, hey, if you just let me know what's happening, I'll join in and help. But yeah, like the planning, I do let that fall on her. Like she's got an idea or um there are several times where she's the one who's like, hey, so and so said like maybe they would like these Christmas gifts or whatever. And so sometimes she does buy those. And I'm like, hey, tell me how much my cut was, since you're already here going and getting all this stuff and I'll just reimburse you. Um, so like there are things where she takes the lead, but there are times where it's like, hey, if you like specifically delegate something to me or just like bring me in sooner or with more stuff, then I can do something. And that just doesn't happen. And I think sometimes I just get like really involved in like my own life and stuff I have going on that like I just need her to pull me out of it and tell me what's going on, and she doesn't want to do that.
I shouldn't have to do that when there are things going on. I shouldn't have to be the one to be like, hey, we're doing this. Can you do this part? You should be like, hey, do you need like you should be proactive and be like, oh, I could grab this or I could do this instead of just expecting me to do all of it or expecting me to act like you're a child and have to tell you every single thing that we have to do.
Anyway, she's more of this is all the things that need to happen, and she's got a plan in her head, and I don't know how it wants to be executed unless she tells me. So it's our biggest issue.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so what I'm hearing, girls, is that um Rachel is kind of the planner and the jump into action person, while Becky is more along the lines of willing to help, but not so much planning and, willing to pitch in, but there's a disconnect there at some point. So, well, the way we're going to approach this is we're going to kind of work on rewriting the narrative here, reworking what our goal is. Because any relationship that we work through is, team based. So you guys are on the same team and working towards the same goals, maybe, but maybe we don't have the same vision of how to get there. So what I kind of want to do now is kind of work through a time that y'all worked well together, that y'all planned well together, and maybe, came together as a team and see how we can use that to help out in this scenario. So can y'all think of a time that y'all worked together well and achieved a goal y'all were trying to accomplish?
Um, I know like one situation was like last year, and I had to go out of town um for a family member to like go to the hospital, and I didn't know how long it was gonna be, but I knew at least that weekend, and I was able to talk with her, and I was like, hey, and that was actually where I took the lead. I called her and was like, hey, this is what I'm needing. Can you help me? I can bring the dog over, well, the dogs over, and actually you watch them for this amount of days, and this is the day I'll be back and I'll come get the dogs. And then she was like, yeah, I can do that. And um, we made that arrangement work.
Yeah. Yeah, she did plan that one. I didn't have to do anything for that.
Good deal.
Yeah. So I guess like that one was really different because that, I mean, we worked together, but it was different because it was like an issue that I was having, I guess. But I made the plan. I wasn't calling her freaking out, like, how do I need to handle this? I called her and had a plan, and I was like, this is what and that I think that's the big difference. When I come up with a plan, I'm like, this is what I need you to do. Where when she's coming up with a plan, she just wants me to pick something. And so the way that we work is a little bit different in our brains, but we are able to do that.
Mhm.
So y'all kind of swapped roles in that scenario. So maybe that's something we can take an approach with and you know look at it from the opposite person's perspective. So we accomplish the goal we're looking at. So, you know, I know we had started with a situation where y'all weren't seeing eye to eye. Maybe Rachel was telling you, Becky, what needed to be done, and that was kind of the end of it. But then we've seen in the dog watching scenario that you girls can work together in a swapped roles kind of positions. So, um, how would y'all feel about kind of taking that approach on a situation and maybe coming back next time and us talking about it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess we could do that.
I would love for her to take the lead in several things. That would work perfect for me.
Yeah, it's fine because I like when I'm taking the lead, I've already got a plan of how to delegate. So I guess that would work fine.
So maybe we can kind of come up with a short list of, delegated tasks for another scenario that maybe something that's coming up that you girls are going to team up on and, bring it back and play the opposite roles and, see how that works out. Because sounds like you girls, the first step is coming and talking with us as far as we need help on a situation. So we've accomplished that. Kudos there. And now we just got to work through the steps and figure out how to be the best team we can be, kind of reroute the situation to where maybe we're not getting into the arguments and feeling like everybody is, working against each other instead of working on the same team. So, but
Yeah,
y'all feel okay about taking that approach, maybe?
yeah, I think
Sounds
we could
good.
do that.
Awesome. Well, like I said, girls, I appreciate y'all meeting with me today. And next time we'll go over that plan and see what we can do as far as taking next steps. So I appreciate y'all meeting with us today.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.